everyone, it's Diane here from Diane's Den, and this week we're going to make these beautiful little gift card holders. They look like little handbags and they are so gorgeous. This one here is made with new paper that's coming out in the catalogue from the 3rd of January, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and it's called Best Dressed. So it is gorgeous, and this one is made with retired papers, but I just thought, you know, and non-Stampin' Up products, but I thought, you know, they look beautiful. So this one has a magnet on it, and what it is a gift card holder. So when it's open up like this, we have an envelope which we can pop a little glue dot on the back there so that it'll stick down, and it sits in there with your gift card in, and it looks like a little handbag. This one has a Velcro on it, which is what we're going to do ours with a Velcro today, and it has a little envelope in here the same, and it will hold a gift card. So it does hold a gift card, it fits in there beautifully, so we'll pop that on one side so we can use that as when we finish our next card. So this is our card. It is so easy to make and really looks so gorgeous. I think they're absolutely beautiful and great for a little girl, or even a lovely husband giving this to his wife with a beautiful big gift voucher, or you could probably put money in there. So a couple of $1,000 for a nice ring would be nice, hubby, if you're listening. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I will show you all the parts we're going to need, and then we'll get on with it. Pop them out of the way for now. And we're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 4 7/8 by 11 3/4, which is the full length of an A4 sheet of card. Then we're going to need 3 pieces of designer paper that measure 4 5/8 by 3 1/4, and this is from the Magnolia Lane set. And we have this other piece here that measures 4 5/8 by 2 inches. So that's for our card. Then for our writing panel on the inside of the card, we need a piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 1/4, and 4 5/8 by 3 1/4, and 4 3/8 by 3 inches, which will sit on top nicely. Then for our envelope, we need a piece of card or piece of designer paper that measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. We also need some scrap pieces to make our ovals. So we need 2 pieces for our ovals that measure 3 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. One for our handle, one for our oval. Then another one that measures 3 inches by 2 inches, and this one comes out of here. So if you're going to use the same colour, that's okay, that comes out of there. If not, this was 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. And the sizes of those in the layering ovals are the 5th largest, so starting from the bottom, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and from this, and for the plain one it's 1 2 the 3rd one. So and that's the layering circles that come from Stampin' Up. We are also going to use the Daisy Lane stamp set. So, and we're going to use the large and the small daisy, and we're going to use Smile and It's Your Time to Shine. I think that should say Smile, and it would match, but there you go. That's okay. That's what we're going to be using, and that's how it goes. I have my Velcro dot there, so let's get on with what we need for our card. So first of all, we need a scoreboard, which had slidden all the way down on the floor. What a silly place to go. And we're going to score this at 3 1/2 inches. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4 inches. And then we're going to score it at 4 3/4 inches. And again at 5 1/4 inches. and 6 inches. And then on the other end we're going to score this at 9.5 inches. And that's our scoring done. So we're going to fold our lines, our score lines. Excuse my dog, she's making a noise. And we're going to start at the 9.5 inch side, and we're going to fold that as a valley fold. Then the next one is going to be a valley fold as well. Done the wrong one. Just making sure it's nice and neat on both sides. And the next one after that was going to be a mountain fold. And then we go back to a valley fold. And a mountain fold. And then back to a valley fold to finish off and give them a nice good burnish down. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to bring in, I've got an envelope punch board here, just so I can round my ends on the top of my card. I find that's just easier to do it on there because I've got to use it anyway. We're going to use our piece that this was our 3¼ by 2¼ piece for the oval, and what we did is we layered our largest of the 2 scalloped ovals together along with the plain oval in the middle like so, and cut it out for our handle. So we're going to pop our handle onto our card to start off with. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold that under like this, and we're going to pop some glue around on this part of our handle, and then we're going to glue this to the back of the card, right to the back like so. Okay, it won't get seen because we're going to put some nice designer paper there, but we've done that out the way so we don't forget to put it on, because unfortunately when I did my second one I forgot to put it on afterwards. So that one was nice, that one is bleh. So we pop that on there now, and then we can do the rest. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open this up. We're going to put a piece of just tear and tape along the middle piece of our valley fold, in the middle there. So we've got our 2 mountains and our valley. This bit's a bit long, so chop this one off. There we go. Pop that in the bin. And we're going to, wherever my tools are, just going to rub them down nice and tight so they stick, and pop off the top of our double-sided tape, and put a tiny bit of glue on one side, and we're going to glue the 2 pieces together. What that does is it makes it really quite strong. So we can just hold that for a few seconds, and once we've done that, we are then going to add our designer paper. So while that's drying there, we'll pop our first piece of designer paper on the inside here, which is 4 5/8 by 3¼ and this beautiful designer paper from the Magnolia Lane set is absolutely beautiful on both sides. It's just a shame that you can't use both sides at the same time. So we're popping that onto there like so. Pop that down nice and tight, and then we'll turn it over and we'll do the one on the other side here. So that looks gorgeous as well. And then the other piece that's the same size, we're going to put on the back here. So it just looks so finished. Oh, can't hold this one still. All the others stood still. So we're going to pop this on. Just remember, if you've got directional paper, that you make sure your directions are correct. So that's those 3 pieces. Our card is coming together really nicely. Our other piece, which measures 4 5/8 by 2 inches, we're just going to round the end on one side, or one end, and we'll then pop this onto, where's my glue, onto the front of the card. And we'll pop this on the front of the card like so. And it looks as if it's not going to sit very well, but it sits absolutely beautifully. So that is that part of the card done. So we can actually put our Velcro dot on right now. So let's do that first. Let's pop our Velcro dot on. Now I like to put my rough edge at the top here out the way. So, oops, what's that? Pop the nice soft edge down the bottom here, and then peel the top one off if they want to come away, and place that over, and that's our closure done. Maybe it's a tiny bit high, but that's our closure done. So let's get on with our insert, whatever I did with that. So we are going to stamp on this piece here in Mossy Meadow, which I'd lost. That wasn't very clever, was it? And we're going to stamp the words that say, "It's your time to shine." So let's pop that in the middle, nice and beautifully like so. And that's the end of that colour. And we're just going to then glue this to our other piece. There we go, that looks beautiful. And then we're going to pop that onto the inside of our card at the top here. So that brings that into there. That looks absolutely gorgeous sitting in there like so. And what we're going to do now is with our ovals, we're going to stamp in Mossy Meadow again. And we're going to stamp Smile onto the smallest piece. I think I need to give mine a bit of a re-ink by the looks of things, and then we're going to layer these on top of each other. With some nice wet glue, or if you prefer to use runner tape, you are welcome to. Okay, and then I'm going to put this up on some dimensions. So I'm going to pop some dimensions onto the back of this one and glue that inside. Come on. And this is going to sit down the bottom here like so. How gorgeous does that look, sitting in the middle there like that? So we're going to close our card up for a moment, and there we have our card. It needs to be pressed down very, very hard along this edge, but it does sit beautifully, especially once the card goes into it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use a piece of scrap. This measures, oh, who knows, 2.5 inches, and it's full length of the A4 piece of card. And we're going to use our petal pink and our daisies, and we're going to stamp 2 of each. 2 of the large daisies two of the smaller daisies. On our scrap piece, and we're going to punch them out with using our beautiful daisy punches. I'm going to cut that corner off, so I've got it on the right angle for my punch. So let's cut that piece off so that I've got the right angle again. And then two of our smaller ones, which seem to line up a lot better. Excuse me for doing this out of the camera a bit. I was having trouble seeing it. Okay, so we've done those, and we're going to just bring in a foam pad, and we're going to lay these on here. And I've got this ballpoint thing, and I find if I just roll my bowl down the petals and then in the middle, they curl up beautifully. So I'm going to do that for all of them. And then we're going to glue them together. So I'm going to glue the off center off so that they overlap, and again with the next ones, the smaller ones, over the top. And that one off to the opposite side of that. And then once that's dry, we're going to press it down like this, and we get a beautiful shape. So while that one's dry, and I have another one that's already dry, so I've pressed this one down a little bit and we'll pop it through, and then we can spread it out and it looks just gorgeous. So we're going to pop some glue on the back of this, and we're going to pop the thing back in, the needle back in the end, out the way. Ugh. And we're going to pop this on the front of the card like so. See how it then you can push it out to where you want it. And while that's sitting there drying, we can pop on a nice faceted gem. I've got gold ones here. Silver ones would look just as good, but there we go. That's our card handbag part done. So with our other piece of card now, which measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, we're going to make the gift card holder or the envelope. Excuse me, I have to move my rubbish out of the way. I can't stand putting stuff in the way, so pop that out of the way. And I have my 123 memory keepers board here, as I've had this board since before I was a demonstrator, so I would not purchase another one. These are not available from Stampin Up anymore, the envelope punch boards, so if you want one, you will have to purchase it from somewhere else anyway. We need to pop this in at 2 7/8, and we're going to punch and we're going to score. And we're going to turn, and we're going to line this score line up with this edge of the thing here. And we're going to punch and we're going to score again. And then we're going to line it up again and punch and score. And line it up on that one side again and punch and score. And that's our card, our envelope part done, except for rounding the ends. So we're going to round all the corners. So pop it in and round the corners. And we'll pop that out the way. And now we will just fold and burnish all these score lines. And this is where I use my tape runner, because I just find it quicker and easier. So a little bit of tape down each side. Fold that over like so. Give it a nice burnish down again. Pop our gift card inside when we're ready to send our gift card off and pop it inside our beautiful card envelope. And there you have it. How gorgeous is that? It sits in there gorgeously. You could put a little thing on there with the person's name on it if you wished. You've got somewhere lovely to write your message here. And as I say, if you wanted to make this into a nice Christmas one, go right ahead. It would just be perfect for someone lovely, like my husband sending one to me with money in it. So that's our card for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's not too hard and very, very easy. Well, very, very practical thing with a difference. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you again in the new year, as I will not do a video between Christmas and New Year. Nobody's going to be home, including myself. So we will do a new video in the new year, straight after New Year, whichever was the first Sunday after New Year, and we will start with the new. So have a lovely Christmas, everybody, and I will see you again then. Bye for now.